There we go. Hello, everybody. Week 3, and it's Slay Week, Slay Week. So many of you are doing Slay this month, and I am so pumped about it. Some people for the very first time. So it kicks off tomorrow. It is going to be awesome. We're already doing pre-Slay now. So I'm super excited about it. And we're just going to kind of dive right into week 3 of Comeback Circle 6.0. And tonight, I have the title of it as Follow Up and Funnel Systems. Okay, so we're going to talk about follow up and some funnel systems. And this is where this topic tonight is kind of where business starts compounding or it starts to quietly stall. And some of your businesses, you may feel that way. And we're going to talk about that because I see all the time in this business, and the 8 years that I've been doing this, is that people are posting, people are talking in their stories, they're talking to others. People are working, okay? And some of you on this call are like, yeah, that's me. Yep, I'm working. Yep, I'm posting. I'm doing the things. But nothing you feel is building, okay? And it's not that you are not capable, because you 100% are. You all are 100% capable. Okay, but it's because they are leaking. And you might be like, leaking, what does that mean? We're going to talk about that. But they are leaking in conversations. They are leaking in follow-ups. They are leaking more people. Okay, so tonight is going to be about keeping what you start. Okay, keeping what you start. Because if you work hard at this business, but you don't have a system with it, you're going to burn out. And some of you on this call are burned out, or you have been burned out and you're getting your momentum back, right? And effort, you can post, you can do all things, you can do the stories, blah, 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 and you can have all the effort. But if you don't follow up, that is going to lead to frustration in your business. And we're going to fix that tonight, okay? So we are going to talk about, first of all, follow-up and why a lot of people avoid follow-up. Put a 1 in the comments if you feel like you're good at follow-up, and put a 2 in the comments if you feel like you are bad at follow-up. I just want to kind of see where we're at, because a lot, look, I'm seeing some 2s. I'm seeing, look, okay, I knew I was speaking to my people tonight. Okay, all right. So middle, okay, all right, in the middle. All right, I'm just looking. Yep, 2, better than before, Slay months ago, but not great. Okay, perfect. So most people, they don't follow up, and I've heard this from some of you before in our Comeback Circle chats, but they don't follow up because they don't want to be annoying, right? Some of you have said that. I don't want to be annoying. Or they don't follow up because they don't know what they need to say, or they forget that they need to follow up. For me, that's the one I'm the worst at. It's not that I don't want to follow up. I am bad sometimes I'm just busy. I forget. Okay. I'm like, oh shoot, that person was going to place their order. Like, I forget. That's my issue. I'm admitting that's where I fall short. Or, okay, they don't have a system, okay, on what that looks like. And when follow up, when it feels emotional or awkward or whatever, people tend to avoid it. And I think a lot of you feel like it feels awkward and you don't want to be pushy, or you don't know what to say. But follow up is not being pushy, okay? That is not what follow up is. Follow up is being professional. Okay. Follow up is a part of your job, a part of this business. Because if someone shows interest in your business, in you, okay, and they never hear from you again, this is what they assume. Oh, she forgot about me. Oh, I was just a number. Maybe this wasn't important to her. Maybe I don't matter. That's what they think, even though that's not the case, right? That's what they think because you didn't follow up. But when you follow up, what does that say to people? It says, I care. You're not just a number. It says, I remember you. It says, I'm here when you are ready, okay? Because they may not be ready right now, but they may be later. But you're at least following up, like, I'm here when you're ready, okay? But that is leadership. That's not being pushy, okay? Most people don't say yes the first time. And I know I didn't say yes the first time to even the business. Most of you on this call are like, nope, I didn't say yes the first time. Maybe some of you did. But a lot of you would probably say, I didn't say yes, or even a product, trying any kind of product, right? From anywhere, TikTok shop, I don't care. You're influenced at Target, Walmart, whatever. You don't just, oh, yeah, some of you may be impulsive buyers. Oh, I'm just going to grab that. But a lot of people think it out, right? It's not because people aren't interested, but it's because the timing matters. The timing of when they join, the timing of when they finally buy, that is what matters. And when you follow up, that keeps the door open. I'm going to give a quick example of this. Anybody know Kendall Watts? She is a leader here at Pharmacy. She's kind of backed off a little bit, but anyways, she was a big leader at another company. Heather Watson sent her, she's another top leader at Pharmacy. She sent her a PR box 5 years ago. Never followed up with her. And this girl that I'm talking about, Kendall Watts, was a #1 multi-million-dollar earner in her previous company. Well, when she wanted to show interest in Pharmacy, she didn't go see Heather Watson. She went to Amber Voigt, who had continued to build a relationship with her. So Heather Watson lost out on that girl that was a big deal because she didn't continue to follow up. And she'll tell you this story herself. Like, I'm not just spreading someone's news. That's what she says. But if I would have followed up, I could have had a rock star like that on my team. So you just never know, is what I'm saying. Follow up is what keeps that door open with people. Okay. So the next part that I want to talk about, and we'll talk about how to get better at that, but I just want to keep talking about these other parts that I have. But a lot of times, some of you need more leads. You're not having enough conversations with people. And we've been talking about that for the last few months, is that you're not having enough conversations, so you don't have more leads. I hear people tell me all the time, oh, I'm only seeing pharmacy influencers view my stories. Only pharmacy influencers are commenting on my stuff. That means you're not getting in front of the right people. That means that you are only interacting on pharmacy influencers. If you notice, most of you are not friends with me. I follow you, but you're not friends because I don't need to see your stuff all the time. I love you and I'm here and I will support you and I will go to your pages and comment. But if I am just blowing you up, is that helping me grow my business? No. I'm not getting new people in my funnel. So some of you do need some more leads. And then some of you have a lot of leads, a lot of potentials, okay, customers or influencers, but you don't steward them well. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. And that is what is going to change everything, because you don't always need more people. Some of you do, but a lot of you don't. You just need to steward the ones that you already have. Most of you already have people that are watching you, people that are asking questions, people that have said, not right now, or people that have said maybe later, or you have past customers, or you have watchers who have never commented or committed, but they're watching you. That list isn't dead. Okay, that is not like, oh, yeah, they ain't never going to buy. It's just unfinished. Do you see the difference? It's not dead. It's not hopeless. It's just not complete. It's unfinished. But momentum for that doesn't come from chasing people, new people constantly. Oh, I got to find new people. Oh, I got to find new people. Oh, I got to find new people. Yes, you want to get in front of new people, but it comes from not letting the warm market, the warm people on your network fall through the cracks. Because I think sometimes we can get so focused on, I need new, that we don't water the ones that we already have that haven't committed yet, right? So you all have some sort of warm market, and warm market are people that are friends with you, that they follow you, they interact, they just don't buy from you yet, or they haven't joined you yet. Cold market are people you don't even know what their real name is. Like you just don't know nothing about them. You don't know anything, okay? So you've got to water the ones that you already have. But here's the problem. If you don't have a system to do that, those people, they disappear. And that's where what we're going to talk about a lot tonight is where funnels come in. Okay. Now, some of you are probably like, what the heck is a funnel? Like, is she talking about like a tornado? No, okay. I'm talking about a funnel in your business, okay? And this is a terminology that is kind of newer. So I want to explain exactly what a funnel is. And we're going to make this super simple so it's not overcomplicated. A funnel is not your website. It is not automation, like automatically sending them a message. That's not what it is. It's not some fancy technology that you have to have a funnel. Okay. A funnel is simply this. A funnel is, where do I send people next to stop starting over every single time? Like, where am I going to send them once that conversation has happened, or once that recruit has happened, or once that possibility has happened? Not that I got to start over every single time I'm talking to them. Is this making sense? That is what the difference is. That's it. So if someone is showing interest and you don't already know what that next step is, your momentum stalls. You don't keep going because you have no method. A funnel is a place where people get more information, more exposure, more confidence. Like if they're joining your team, all right, without the pressure, without, hey, are you going to buy from me? Hey, are you going to join for me? Hey, that's not what it is. It's just sending them to a place where there is more information, where there's more exposure, more confidence they can gain without pressure. Okay. Now, funnels is for all stages of people in your business. And this is really important. They are not just for brand new people. Okay. They are for people who have bought from you. They are for people who have shown interest. They are people who have already joined. It's a same tool, but there's a different purpose for it. Okay. So, for example, a follow-up funnel for people who have showed interest. These are people who have said maybe, they've asked questions, maybe they just weren't ready. And funnels are going to give them a space to just watch and learn. Okay. For example, our customer Facebook group. That is the perfect funnel to just send them. I don't care if they've never bought from you. If they've showed interest, you send them that, because guess what's going to happen? They are going to get more exposure from seeing Tiffany's CC cream, Tanya's vitamin C serum, or her hydro drops. They're going to see and they're going to get more exposure to be like, oh, wait, I didn't know you had something for that. You're just giving them more information and more exposure. It could be maybe they showed interest in, I don't know, maybe they showed interest in the Aloe Glow, and you've got a video about the Aloe Glow that you're just going to send them that video to get them more information. Or maybe they've showed interest in a mascara and you've done a live to talk about the differences of the mascaras, and you send them that. Like, that's the next step, instead of just they showed interest and they didn't buy and then you just vanish. Okay. It could be the fit group that I do. That there's next steps for people that have showed interest. Okay. Then there can be a funnel to keep your customers engaged. And that's where I'm talking about. For example, you need something? Oh, you see Bougie? Come say hi. Yeah. She's like staring at me. I'm like, what? She's like, but funnels, they keep your customers engaged. Okay. This is what's going to help increase reorders. This is going to help build trust. This is going to create referrals. They're going to refer somebody else to you. This is going to open the door for maybe they join the opportunity later. And an example would be the customer group. Maybe you have an ongoing challenge for your customers. Maybe you have some calls where you're educating them. There's something, maybe you have a group chat for all of your customers. Maybe you have your own like private Facebook group where you put your customers, or I've seen some other people doing like a private Instagram group where they're adding all of their customers to it. Okay. But this is what the importance of a funnel is because what it's going to do is it's going to create duplication in your team as well. Okay. Funnels help create duplication. That's why I do Saga for my onboarding. If I do Saga for my onboarding, I know that I am hopefully teaching my new recruits, okay, this is what you do. It's a duplication. You do it for you. Then when you get a recruit, they're going to do it. It's a duplicatable system. Same thing with our customer group. If I add my customer group to it, they're going to send somebody else to their customer group. Okay. It is going to help duplication. It gives clear next steps. Okay. And it helps people plug in. So now we're going to talk about these funnels that don't overwhelm you, okay? And this is a rule that is really going to help people not have burnout, okay? You only need one funnel, okay? Not 10, not 20. I ain't trying to overwhelm you and be like, oh gosh, I got to have a funnel for this and a funnel for this and a funnel for this. No, okay? Not everything that you've ever heard of do you need to do. Not what everyone else is doing, okay? You need to pick. I'm going to have one customer funnel. Maybe it's the group that we've created for the team. Maybe it's a chat that you've created for your customers. Maybe you have a private group. I don't know. And then have a business funnel, okay? Where are you going to send your team? Hopefully you're sending them to Beauty from Ashes so they can get more exposure. If you're not, I don't know why. Okay, you get what I'm saying? So have a funnel where you are sending people, because if you have scattered funnels, you're going to have some confused people. But if you have clear funnels, a clear direction, it's going to create confidence. But if you don't know where to send somebody next after you've had that conversation, neither do they. They don't know what to do next. And a confused mind doesn't buy, and a confused mind doesn't join. And some of your people, when they join, you don't add them to the onboarding. You don't add them to X, Y, and Z. So then they do nothing, because you don't have a duplicatable funnel to get them plugged in. You're not following up with them. Hey, did you do your onboarding? Hey, do we need to do a launch party? You're just hoping that they reach out. You've got to follow up with them. Okay. Now we're going to talk about how to keep track of all of this. You do not need a fancy tool. You just need something that you can be simple and consistent with. For example, your notes in your phone, the Notes app, you could have your information there. You could have a Google spreadsheet. You could have your, I know Amber Voigt the other night when she was talking about the 333, she has a group, like a favorites list or whatever, where she stars them that these are the people I'm going to intentionally interact. Okay. She's got them pinned or added to a favorite or whatever. And you track their name. You track what they were interested in. You track when the last time you contacted. Put the date beside their name. When was the last time you reached out to them? And what is your next step? Are you going to follow up in a week? Are you supposed to follow up in 2 weeks? Are you going to follow up in a month? But that's going to help you keep track because you've got a system. The system really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be this magical thing. What matters is if you use it, right? That's what matters. So this week we are going to focus on closing those loops and what that looks like. So this week I want you to have some sort of follow-up system. Exactly what I just suggested. Is it a notes? Is it a Google Sheets? Is it a pinned favorites in your Facebook group or your Instagram group? Or is it something inside Saga where you are favoriting your friends and putting them there? What is it that you are having for your follow-up so you know how to follow up? Because you can have all the intention, right? I intend to follow up with this person, but if you don't write down and tell yourself when to do it, you ain't going to do it. So you got to need to have one follow-up system. I want you to work on that this week. I want you to have one funnel. Where are you sending your customers? Where are you sending your potentials that have showed interest so that they get more exposure, so that they can see more items? Maybe you have a group where you do all your lives. Maybe you have a chat. Maybe you use our team group. I don't know. And then I need you to identify at least 10 people this week. 10. And you got 7 days. That ain't hard. 10 people this week that you need to follow up with. and follow up with all 10 this week. All right. At some point, I'm not saying you do all 10 tomorrow. Get a system on how you're going to follow up with those 10. It could be someone that showed interest. It could be someone that you see value in, or they've said, no, not right now, or they never bought a product, whatever. You're going to follow up with all 10 this week. Okay. And then I want you to tell us in the chat when you do it. Tell us when you've made your system. Tell us when you've decided what your funnel is. Tell us when you've done some follow-ups. We want to cheer you on and celebrate with you. Okay? And if any of those people that you follow up, you're going, and they don't buy right now, you send them that next step. You send them that funnel. Where are you sending them to continue to keep pharmacy in front of them? Okay? So we're going to leave you with this, that leaders do not rely on your memory, because let's be honest, this memory, it ain't that good. All right. You ain't just going to remember. They rely on systems, because all of you on here are like, two, I suck, right? It's not that you are like, oh, forget you, I don't want your support. You just forget. You don't have the memory to remember to do it, or you're afraid you're going to be pushy or whatever, but it's your business. So get a system that is in place so that you are, number ones, really good at follow up. You can't just wing it. You can't just guess. You can't just hope that they buy or hope that they join. You've got to build structure that is going to support your consistency. It's not that you need more hustle. It's just that you need less leakage, like I talked about at the beginning. People falling through the cracks. You've got to get a system in place where you can do that. Fix your follow-up. Clarify what your next step is for those that have showed interest, and your momentum will start to compound. And we're going to keep building, but you've got to have a system in place. A place where you follow up, a follow-up system, and a funnel where you send people for what is next. Okay? Any questions? Does this make sense? Do you feel like you've got a plan on what you're going to do this week? And I really think that the more that you do this, obviously, the better your business is going to be. And people are going to say, oh, she cares. Oh, she sees me. Because honestly, a lot of people, they forget too, right? They're like, we're all busy. They forget that they were going to buy from you. They forget that they were going to enjoy. They got distracted. They just need you to follow up and check on them. So you need some sort of follow-up system. And maybe it's every Friday I follow up. And you've got your note list and you follow up with them on Fridays. I don't know. You need to make a system for what is going to work best for you with your follow-ups. And then you have a funnel of where you're going to send people next. Okay? All righty. Well, that is all that I have for you guys tonight. If y'all have any questions, y'all can let me know. But I love you guys so much. And we will see you guys later. Bye, Bougie.